Hello everybody, my name is V. Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy. And today we have got this fifth video in the series of Master Education on the primary level, new holistic approach. And today our topic is philosophy, psychology, literature and arts. We have already done history and civics and geography. And I give some cue about how we have to introduce and what is the syllabus really. All these videos are about syllabus except the last two. We are talking about, because if you don't know what, then how can we even begin to know the how? There is a whole idea about this. I should call it master education, the what actually maybe. Philosophy, psychology, literature and arts are connected. Stories. First point, they should be touching, they can be funny, they can be celebrative, they can be fantasy, they can be sad. We can talk about a person who is struggling, who is suffering. We can have an happy ending or we can have a touching ending. We can have anything. Don't underestimate the child. In a way, the child has got a wise man inside him. Like this, the child is the man. The moral stories, we can have modern stories, we can have ancient stories. There is no limit. Philosophy means what? Philosophy means what is right and wrong, what is good. There must be the Navarasalu. Navarasalu is a Telugu word which means 9 great emotions, deep emotions. Plus a sense of being moved. He should be moved and touched. We have checked it. I've checked it with so many students. Really, when I used to go to the class, they used to get so excited. They used to thump the desk because they used to be so happy to listen to me. And I used to talk about these things. Whatever little I knew, I used to share with them. And the receptivity of the children is very high if you have this feeling for this whole world. And that feeling does not come as a feeling. It's not a sentimental thing. Not at all. It is not that you kuchiku a child. No, it's not like that. It's very adult, it's very mature way of looking at the world. A sense of being moved. We know how children respond. It is natural. He responds to fear, he responds to pain, suffering, joy, celebration, envy. Yes, envy also. Envy is not a bad emotion. Envy simply means I also want it. Love, friendship, wonder, all these are also linked. So when the child is going through all these emotions, just imagine a child is going through all these emotions, like some new person comes, he feels fear, and he sees it in a story. See, it all gets art is about objectification, objectifying, like bringing it all out into the light. So just imagine if you bring up a child like this. I'm telling you from my experience, even if you do 10% of this, the child will become 1000%. But what? It's just a futuristic possibility. What if somebody takes this up and does it properly? Think about it. A parent or a teacher or an educator or a consultant or a creator. Think about it. Observing world around literally. This is also part of literature. Why not? Types of people. You can talk about you. A parent can talk about his wife, and a teacher can talk about all the people he has met, and he can tell his own stories. Children love that. Types of people, naming emotions, being transparent. This is very important. You go to a class or you are sitting with your child or if, as an educator, somebody comes to you with a problem, he's very naughty, let's say, and you don't condemn, you don't moralize, you just listen to the child, talk to him, let him come out. That is itself a story. Stories are all around us. Sometimes I get bored by stories in books because of my experiences. I see a story everywhere. My life is full of countless stories. All our lives are like that. One teacher told me once that if I write my story, it will be a great story. That is true. Each of us has a great novel inside us, and we are the hero of that. So we have dramas, and we can have songs, we can have music, we can have art, dance. Dramas. Obviously, dramas are very direct, observational, conversational, mimicking real life. You know how well children do dramas. I don't have to expand on that. I think we've got the cue here. These are the subject matter. Then songs and music. If you initiate a child can understand even classical music. You say, if you do like that, he won't understand. But you take a keyboard and slowly, tung, 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 you get to play. I've done it countless times. So easy to entertain a child, and he starts doing it. And I've noticed one thing, that children have a natural rhythm in their body. natural. If a child is allowed to move and make patterns with his body, with his neck in different ways, with his hand in different ways, with his fingers and hands in different ways. In fact, this is something which a good, passionate dancer will tell you. How easy it is to make a child do these various movements, and it should be, I believe personally, it should not be fixed into a kind of grammar initially. It should be more in a freestyle, because he almost kind of discovers classical music on his own. What is really classical music? We make too much of everything, frankly. What is really classical music? What is so serious about classical music and dance? Music and dance is not about seriousness at all. It is about deep entertainment and art, colors. I have seen children, if you initiate them, even if you're not a great artist, but if you initiate them, they have a hunger to put colors on the paper. Just putting it like that. Then slowly, like the ugly man started coloring, color, art, dance. So I think you got the cue here. This is obviously the essence, the concept I'm talking about. Observing the body, its patterns, observing the songs, I'm using the word observation. It's a very broad, deep word. Of senses, of colors, of people, emotions. Observation is a very wide word. Observing and doing also. Doing is a kind of expression, right? There is no divide between being and doing, as they say. Fourth one is closeness with mother, father, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, and you talk about it. You talk about the emotions. Why is he like that? Not in a gossipy way. And you talk positively. You talk empathetically. You tell him, see, you were getting angry, but he was hurt then. See, you can talk. Empathy exercises. I'm sure all of you can understand this. Feeling another person. Children do it very beautifully. But all this is a syllabus, but it has been initiated. If we are not sensitized to the syllabus, how can we ever be able to even begin to educate a child? And that is the reason why education is not, frankly, flourished in the world in the way it should have, could have, can be brought about into the whole world. So all observation. So I am calling it OQA. Observation leads to questions, question leads to answers principle. And that completes. We'll next go to the math and sciences in the next video. Thank you so much.